Oh, well, now I just look super short. So, hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name's Elena, this is Elena Lane. Today, I am going to be talking to you guys about my pregnancy and trying to catch you up a little bit. So, I'm covering kind of a wide span here today. I do have some notes with me, got a lot of notes. So if you see me kind of glancing down, that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything. But today's video, I'm going to be covering weeks 12 through 20, just to try and bring us closer to speed here. And then I can do videos in much smaller chunks and be a little bit more informative. But let's jump right in, shall we? In week 12, in case you didn't get it from my first trimester recap, if you haven't seen that yet, I'll put that right up in the cards, but I'll also put it down in the description below. That way you can check it out when you're done here, or if you'd rather watch it first and then come back to this one so you are watching it in the right sequence, that's entirely up to you. But week 12 was not much different from the rest of my first trimester. I was exhausted. When I wasn't napping, I was getting sick. Because I had the best time. So happy it's so much better now. But by week 13, I started to get a little bit worried because not only was I still super tired and getting sick a lot, I was also getting really dizzy. Now, I never fell down, I never fainted, nothing like that, but I did have a couple times when I thought I was going to. And I was pretty darn confident that if I didn't get to sit down, I was gonna fall. So I made sure to talk to my nurse about that ASAP because, well, that's probably, not a good sign. Like, this is my first go around in this whole being pregnant thing. It didn't seem like it would be a great thing to just kind of ignore though. But after discussing it with her, she kind of figured it was because I wasn't getting enough food. And so my blood sugar was crashing pretty hard. So we figured if I could try and have more snacks throughout the day and hopefully hold them down, that would fix the dizziness problem. But that's what was causing it based on my the blood tests that we ran. In week 14, my boobs started to hurt a little bit. I was still really tired, still really nauseous. But I wasn't dizzy anymore, but I did have a little bit of spotting. And as it turns out, that's completely normal. So if that's something that happens to you, don't freak out. Like, by all means, talk to your healthcare provider about it. I don't know your specific situation. I do not know your pregnancy. Talk to someone who knows little specifics to be very sure. But it is fairly common to experience a little bit of light spotting. Around this point, it's really just your body trying to make room for your child. Week 15, there was really nothing different in comparison to week 14, other than the fact that I wasn't having any spotting anymore. But by week 16, I started to get some leg cramps. Not all day, every day, nothing like that, just maybe once every 3 or 4 days. I'd get a Charlie horse in one of my legs. Not the best way to wake up, but it's a thing that was happening. And it's a new thing. I've never been someone who had Charlie horses very often. I'm very thankful I still don't have them very often. I'm still only having them kind of maybe once a week at this point. But week 16 was kind of bad because that's also when my pregnancy nose kicked in. Oh, some smells? No. They'd set me off right away and I'd start getting sick even if I felt fine before I smelled it. I could tell you that someone was smoking even though I could not see them. I could smell the smoke. I could tell you what most of my team members at work had eaten for lunch because I could smell it and it wasn't great. Yeah, did not help with the nausea at all. But week 17 was kind of special for us because I was still tired. I wasn't getting sick as often. I still felt nauseous pretty much all day, every day, but I wasn't getting sick nearly as much. I'm still getting sick every day, but not all day every day. So huge win for me. Huge. But it was also when I could start to feel the baby kicking. And that's super exciting. And not only that, he could feel it too. Not every time, but he did get to feel it. It was super cool. And I'm told after talking to my nurse about it that that's really early for a first-time mom. But I don't know. That's when I could feel it, and I knew it wasn't anything else. And he could feel it too. But yeah, so that's super exciting. That happened in week 17. In week 18 and 19, I was not nearly as dizzy as I had been. I was starting to hold down more food. And while I was still getting nauseous a lot, I was on my medication. I was working, so I wasn't physically getting sick almost at all anymore. Maybe once or twice a day, if that. But when you compare that to what it had been like 6 weeks prior, there's really no comparison there. It was so much better. But by the end of week 19, really the only thing that had changed, I was starting to be a little bit more awake, a little less exhausted all the time, but still super down for taking a nap if the opportunity arises. I still felt nauseous, but I wasn't getting sick nearly as often, maybe once every 2 or 3 days at that point. But my neck started to hurt. Not like overly so, just mildly achy, a little bit sore. I'm told that's completely normal, but it was a weird thing to me. It started about then, so I wanted to make sure I mentioned it. And throughout those last few weeks, I also started putting on weight again, which is nice. I hadn't, by week 20, I was not back up to my pre-pregnancy weight. I was still about 5 pounds shy of that, but I had still made up a lot of the weight that I had lost during my first trimester. But that's really everything that had happened to me in those 8 weeks. I was tired, I was nauseous, my vomiting slowly decreased. I had some weeks where I got dizzy. I got to feel my baby kick for the very first time, and it was super awesome. I experienced a few Charlie horses, and my neck started to get a little bit sore towards the end. But that's pretty much it for my quick bump date, because again, this is just another video to try and catch you guys up. I am kind of excited for when you're all caught up and I can do this in a little more detail and more in real time. But I will see you all in my next video. Bye!